What appealed to the spectators and the media most of all was that a normal four-door sedan, a type of 200 Quattro, had been merely adapted for racing, whereas the American and Japanese entries were based on genuine sports cars. The sedan was just as effective on racetracks from California to Florida and from Texas to Michigan, and after 13 events it had won both titles, the manufacturers and, for Hurley Haywood, the individual drivers' championships.
Ja, es war eigentlich eine logische Konsequenz von Audi, nachdem man in der Rallye auf dem losen Untergrund Schnee, Staub und Dreck bewiesen hat, dass Quattro unersetzlich ist, es auch den Leuten zu beweisen, die mit ihrem Auto nur auf der Straße rumfahren. Was lag da näher, als auf die Rundstrecke zu gehen, sprich nach Amerika, denn da war erstmal ein gutes Einsatzgebiet für uns, und wie wir anfangs kamen, wurden wir ja belächelt, was wir mit Quattro auf der Rennstrecke wollten. Aber nach spätestens 2 Rennen wussten die Amis Bescheid, dass ein Quattro-System in Verbindung natürlich mit dem ganz Gesamtauto nahezu unschlagbar war. Und wir haben diese Siegesserie ja fortgesetzt bis zum Gewinn der deutschen Tourenwagenmeisterschaften, haben da auch der Konkurrenz bewiesen, dass einfach ein allradgetriebenes Auto, sprich natürlich das Quattro-System, wirklich durch nichts zu ersetzen ist.
Success is a challenge to tackle the next higher hurdle. And so in 1989, Audi entered the next American league, the IMSA series. Its regulations are more flexible, meaning that Audi had to build a genuine racing version of the Quattro. This gave rise to the Audi 90 Quattro, with all the hallmarks of a sports car which differed from the usual road version, in one way at least. Its 720 horsepower engine. The regular drivers, Haywood, Stuck and Rühl, were joined by Scott Goodyear. Together they pressed ahead with track testing, so that this completely new design was ready to race within only 4 months. Racetracks are Walter Rühl's second home, with second being the operative word, since for him there's nothing better than a good rally, something that ought to be brought home to the Americans.
Ich sehe mich hier ein bisschen als Botschafter des Rallye-Sports. Ich muss also die Rallyefahrer hier vertreten, damit die Rennfahrer endlich wissen, dass wir Rallyefahrer auf der Rundstrecke genauso gut sind wie sie.
The 15 races in the IMSA series are held all over the United States and Canada, in constantly changing conditions. One day it's a street circuit, the next a classic racetrack, while the length of the races ranges from a 1-hour sprint to a 24-hour marathon. People in America have a strong will to succeed. Nobody gives up for trivial reasons here. Pit stops are a necessity in a long-distance race, and so they're used to provide a showbiz element involving a very complex ritual. The result is a happening for 6 performers, a dance scene for 4 artists, each in charge of a wheel, 1 refueling specialist and 1 conductor. Audi drove to victory in West Virginia, Ohio, Kansas, California, New York, Connecticut and Laguna Seca, 7 times in one season. a record which did wonders for Audi's popularity all over the continent.
Drivers got the $1,500. Hans Stuck went out West Germany the winner.
Thanks to my people working on the car and greetings from Bavaria. He's getting better. Beautiful. Wasn't that great? He's getting much better.
The return to Germany came in 1990, 10 years after the Quattro revolution. And as with all proper revolutions, it changed the world, or at least the car world. The Audi team for the German Touring Car Championship consisted of Herwart Kreiner, Hans Nowak and Dieter Barscher. The massive Audi V8 saloon was developed in record time into a competition car and got a warm welcome from the spectators. At the beginning, Hans Stuck was the only Audi driver, but later he was joined by Frank Bieler, Hubert Haupt, Frank Jelensky, and the ever-popular Walter Rühl, who concentrated mainly on development work. In this immensely popular series, with its record numbers of spectators, Audi faced tough competition from major manufacturers, and presenting the advantages of a high-performance saloon with four-wheel drive to them proved to be most enjoyable. The list of entries was varied and international, without the old hierarchies, and this variety ensured many a scene full of harmony and effortless performance. The season increased in tension and excitement, and the fans' fervour grew ever more tangible, not only in a metaphorical sense. The contenders came together, their duels became more dramatic, and there were many of the sudden contacts which we call Sunday meetings. Audi was a newcomer in the German Touring Car Championship and by no means a favourite. However, Hans Stuck worked himself through the field to an increasing extent, and at the end of the season in Hockenheim there was the most spectacular result which could be imagined. Stuck won both heats, with the first three positions going to Audi, and carried off the title of German champion. In 1991, the slogan was, "Same procedure as last year." With even more entries, the advantages of a potent four-wheel drive saloon were demonstrated to maximum effect. The season again culminated in a crucial final in Hockenheim, the only difference this time being that the new German champion from the Audi team was Frank Bieler.